Hi, this is Sharon from Sharon's Scrappy Space, and I am so excited to bring to you my punch art card critters. Some of you have made requests and asked that I do a tutorial on these, and I'm so happy to be able to do that. As you can see, they fold up and they'll fit into a little envelope. They're just absolutely adorable, and these are all made with Stampin' Up! Products and Stampin' Up! Punches. So, as you can see, they're just absolutely adorable. And I'm going to show you how to make the pattern for the body of these, because it's all basically the same. First, I'm going to start with a piece of paper that's 6.5 inches long and 3 inches wide. Okay, basically what we're going to do is we're going to put our piece of paper in, and we're going to line it up at 1.5 inches, and then we're going to cut 1.5 inches up. And we'll stop at 1.5 inches. Next, we'll come from the top and we'll come down 1.5 inches down to the 5-inch mark. Then we're going to move our paper over to 2 inches, and we're going to cut down 1 3/4 inches. Now we'll cut up 1 3/4 inches. And that's going to give us the shape of our little person. The top is the arms and the bottom are the legs. Now these are all the score lines that you'll be making. And here on the top, I've already cut 3/4 inch off of each end of the arm, and I've scored 1/4 inch on both sides and folded it in. Also here on the legs, I've scored 1/4 inch on both ends. And then also, I've come in 1.5 inches from both ends and folded along right where that cut is. And here, using my scoring tool, I marked 2.25 inches and 4.25 inches. And basically, I'm using a ruler, and just from that one edge there where the leg is, the top of it, all the way up to my scored line there that I just made, I'm going to fold it over the ruler, and I'll do that on both sides. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I've got the arms and legs folded in, and from the bottom I'm going to measure up 1 inch on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to leave the little middle flaps out because we're going to cut those off and fold everything else in. Using my scissors, I'm going to cut from that corner there all the way straight down to that 1 inch mark that I just made. And I'll do that on both sides. And okay, so now I've got a little piece here that's cut out, and from my 1/4 inch scored corner there, I'm going to cut straight down on both sides to make the little legs of my punch art card critter. Okay, so here we've got all the pieces. I've already distressed all the edges with crumb cake, ink, and also with a distresser tool. And I've got soft suede I'm using, along with crumb cake, basic black, real red, berry vanilla. And I'm going to show you how I made the paws. I used a 1 3/8 inch circle, put it into the 1 3/4 inch punch, and I've got 3 little paws there, little scallops, in parts of the other, and I'm just going to punch that out to make my little paws. For the head, I used a 2.5 inch circle. For the snout, I used the extra wide large oval. I also used it for the 2 feet. For the eyes, I used the very vanilla 1 inch. And then I use the small oval for the iris of the eye, and a 1/2 inch black circle for the pupil. This I used a black small oval, and I'm just going to cut in some hash marks in order to make the eyelashes. And I'm just going to make 4 eyelashes and cut them out in little notches there. There's the last one. And then I'm just going to cut that little end off right under that last eyelash. And then as you can see, it'll fit really nicely behind the eye. In order to make the little mouth, I used the small heart punch. And I'm going to show you how I did that. First, just punch out a small portion of the heart. And then you'll just go in over and punch out a little sliver there. And that'll give you the piece for the mouth. And for the belly, I use the 1 3/4 inch scallop circle punch and the 2 3/8 inch scallop circle punch. And those are in crumb cake. And I've also got Stampin' Dimensionals on those. And for the little feet, I use the small ovals, and then I use the itty bitty circle scallops, and I put those all on Stampin' Dimensionals. And for the ears here, what I did was I used the 1 inch circle, and I'm just putting that there on the bottom with the Stampin' Dimensional. And I'm also going to pop up the little snout on some Stampin' Dimensionals, so I'm just going to line it up with the bottom of the head there. And then for both layers of the belly, I've got those both on Stampin' Dimensionals as well. And we're going to go ahead and put the eye together. And I usually line, I'll make one and then I'll sit it side by side so I'll know to put everything in exact mirror reflection. So I'm starting with the eyelashes and putting the eyeball on. And then we'll put the early espresso piece on. I've got it a little bit centered toward the middle, and I've got it along the bottom edge there. And then the pupil, I'm just putting that right in the middle of the early espresso. And here I'm just going to position the eyes a little bit behind the snout. And I want the pupils to be just a little bit down below the snout of the bear. And as you can see, the very vanilla pieces are overlapping a little bit there in the middle. So there we go. That looks pretty good. And I've also got the little heart there for the nose glued on with just multi-glue. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue the ears on. And I glue it on to where about half of that crumb cake circle is behind, just like that. And I'll do it with both ears. And next we'll be using a little bow made with the Real Red 1/8 inch taffeta ribbon and putting it on with the glue dots. And we'll put it in right between the 2 ears. Alright, so next we're going to be putting the belly on and then also putting the head on. And I'm just going to make sure that my arms will fold down. And we'll be using multi-glue to put this on. Okay, so we're just going to center it right over the belly part, making sure those arms can fold down, just like that. And also, I'm just going to glue a oval onto the back. This will help the head stay in place, and we don't want it to fall off. Next, we're going to be putting the legs on. We're just going to put a little glue on each of the 1/4 inch scored pieces. And we're going to angle the feet towards the outside. And I've got the bottom lined up exactly with the edge of the bottom of the card there. And then I've also got the it angled to where it won't go past that edge there. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, so we're going to put some glue on the little 1/4 inch pieces on the arm. And I'm just going to position those so that they're kind of facing each other with the little knuckles there. Just gluing it on. That way it'll lay flat. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. You can see how I've got it glued on here. Next, using some Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm just going to position my little hearts, and I'll lay the Stampin' Dimensionals on and just lay the little hands over them, just like that. Okay, so here we have our cute little bears, and you can see they fold flat so that you can put them in an envelope, and they are just so cute. So I hope you enjoy the video. Check out my website at SharonScrappySpace.com, and you'll see a full tutorial on these in a few days. And also, I did put some little white gel marks on the first one, and you can do that with your gel pen. Thank you and have a great day.